Hey everyone, welcome to a strange episode of World of Warcraft Legend of Berndahl. So I taped this entire episode and then realized that I wasn't actually recording my voice. So I'm recording this afterwards. Also, I recorded this and then realized this is like the single most boring video that I have. At least the first part is pretty boring, so we're going to speed it up. Yep, and there we go. We're speeding up. So we have been spending several, 8 episodes in the Eastern Plaguelands here, and we've gone and made some friends and helped them out, and in the last episode we went and rescued one of our Paladin friends from being turned into a Death Knight, and it's kind of the culmination of everything we've been doing. And if I'm really honest, honestly, I think the questline should have ended there, but here we have gotten more quests to go to the further western part of Eastern Plaguelands, and go and kill more undead. And now we're going and meeting with a shopkeeper who needs us to get some stuff for him, except he's an undead shopkeeper. He doesn't realize the town's not already destroyed, so we have to go and get him a bunch of weird stuff. And anyway, so off we go to kill more undead and get more stuff. Anyway, so this whole quest line here is it's just more and more and more of the same. I did some, killed some boars, killed some undead, went and did a little bit of mining. This was literally, these quests here were literally go inside and kill everything, kill 10 of anything you find, and then come back and bring me this stuff, and not particularly interesting. But anyway, so let's see, I think there might have been some sort of boss guy in here, and yeah, we killed him in 2 shots. One other thing is that we have officially gone and out-leveled all the content here, because I think throughout the entire video we pretty much 2-shotted everything here, or 1-shotted everything here. But yeah, and what made this even worse, we'll get to it in a few minutes here, is there was actually a quest that there's one of these quests that you go and you have to go and kill undead, except you don't... Oh, no, not kill undead. You have to go and find these undead parts. You have to go and find disembodied arms and all that. Except that finding the disembodied arms, they're actually arms laying on the ground. And I had the hardest dang time finding them all. I think I went and gave it maybe a good 5 minutes of running around just looking for the arms. Well, okay, right now I'm still getting the first of whatever, we're getting rot mushrooms or rot berries or something, but got to the part where we had to go and find the arms, and you can see kind of what it looks like here with all the mushrooms on the ground, and I could not spot the dang things. So, Berndahl's running around, and I think I got to the point where I had spent 3 minutes looking for the third one, and I just decided, you know what, we've spent way too much time in the Eastern Plaguelands. I think it's about time for us to finish up here. So, yep, so here we've got our 20 rot berries. We've started looking for our arms. I think this is the point where I realized, oh, we actually find the arms on the ground. Occasionally, if you get the timing right, the arm will actually raise up off the ground and you'll be able to spot it. But, yeah, I think this is the point where I was killing everything, trying to figure out who actually had the arms. And, realizing these necromancers didn't have it, and, yeah. Anyway, so there, I finally got one, but, yeah, so I found about 3. And realized it wasn't worth our time. And I think for the first time for the first time, for like time or interest reasons, I just dropped a quest. It wasn't worth it. I didn't, after 8 episodes, kind of ready to get out of Eastern Plaguelands. So, let's see, we've got a handful now. Decided to hop on Logger and head back to wherever we were going, wherever our last spot of civilization was. But yeah, still killing lots of ghouls and zombies and undead and yep. So yep, and this is the point where I dropped the quest, and yep, we're riding back. So yeah, so the western part of the Eastern Plaguelands, I think it's mainly a setup for to go and see where Stratholme is if you decide you want to do the dungeon. But the questline really seems completely superfluous, because it's like you've already gone and done all the big things here, and it's like, oh, thank you for saving the day and clearing all the towers and rescuing our friend. Oh, by the way, can you go and kill 10 more wolves for us? I think, honestly, they should have just stopped where they were. Here I'm killing a giant bat that they were having problems with, but that took like no time at all. And then, yeah, head back, turn that in. There we are back at the tower. Gonna turn our quests in. Gonna get a nice look at Argus there. Yeah, the music sounds totally different when you're listening to it all sped up. But anyway, so we finished our main quests here. Oh no, I think we still have one more quest. Yeah. Anyway, so I think we did a little bit of selling, a little bit of. Oh, I know what we did. We reached to level 48 there. And picked up a new Power Blessing of Champions, which is a buff that's good for your groups, but, we don't do groups that much. So here we are back in Light's Hope, where we go and meet with Fiona, and she thanks us and gives us a nice little trinket, and it'd be a nice chance to go and say farewell to all of our friends here, but, yeah, we go and say farewell to everybody. I have a feeling this will not be the last we see of the Paladin pals, but, I think I took a look at Stratholme to see if it was worth doing a dungeon, but, I'm still saving those for later. Anyway, right here I was trying to figure out, like, where are we going next? And I was thinking where we're going to go is the Burning Steppes. We'll take a rocket to the Badlands. We'll go south to the Burning Steppes, but what I didn't know at the time is the Burning Steppes is not actually attached to the Badlands, but we'll figure that out later. So instead, we go and talk to this goblin, and we hop on the world's slowest rocket. I mean, when you assume that somebody's going to send you on a rocket, rockets should be really fast. But instead, what it did is it sent us on a nice little scenic tour of all the places we've been up to now. So we're on the Uncrashable, and we're flying through the hinterlands, where we spent a few episodes fighting trolls and helping the wild hammer dwarves. Spent way too much time in Jintha Allure fighting trolls, then go back down and fighting trolls and go back down, but eventually fought their Spider Loa and defeated them. And here we're in Arathi Highlands, where we fought a lot of elementals and some horde folks. And then little jaunt into the Forbidding Sea and over to the wetlands, which we originally passed because we were out leveling everything. But it's kind of pretty from the rocket. And then on to Loch Madon, which is our next area. Yep, there's Loch Madon. Oh, there's the dam. And Loch Madon. And Zoom Zoom. And there's the Twilight Tower that we'll see later. And there's the Madon monster, who's responsible for Berndahl's first of 2 deaths. We'll have to go back and get some revenge. But and then we landed down here in the Badlands. They gave us a quick quest to just go and leave this little goblin town, head up to a teleporter, and go and talk to some other goblin further down, so that wasn't too exciting. But, so now we're in the Badlands, and we've decided to skip the Badlands, so we're going to go and try to find our way to the Burning Steppes, which, as I said, I did not realize is not actually connected to the Badlands. So we're riding around. And in a minute here, we're going to be getting to a point where we're actually going to slow down and watch the action, because what I had totally forgotten when I decided to skip the Badlands is the Badlands has one of the coolest quests that I can remember in World of Warcraft. And so we actually stopped to do that one little mini quest chain. I mean, I went and killed a couple of silver monsters and stopped in Fuse Light. I don't think I took any quests there, but I did a little bit of mining, picked up a flight path, and basically kind of ran all over Badlands. Saw that there's some dark iron dwarves, there's some ogres. You know, not too terribly exciting, but because I have a feeling that where we go next, there are going to be more dark iron dwarves. But we'll see. There's another silver monster. I don't think I got any decent drops off of any of the guys that Berndahl killed, but anyway, we see the giant crater where Deathwing came up during the Cataclysm and ravaged all of Azeroth. But yeah, and so now we're at the Scar of the World Breaker, where we encountered a trio of strange figures. There they are. And yeah, here we go. Deathwing made quite a mess when he passed through these parts. If it weren't for me, he'd probably still be here laying waste to the good people of Badlands. What, you don't believe me? Fine, let me tell you the whole story. See you soon. Remember it well. It was a bright, shiny day. I was minding my own business when then, all of a sudden, Deathwing appeared. I said to myself, I'm going to punch that dragon in the face. Unfortunately, the Cataclysm had knocked loose a bunch of angry elementals. You dang blasted rock elementals. I'll punch you too. So now we are Theldarin the Lost. And we have one ability, and it is Punch in the Face, which he is using on all these elementals. Punch. Yeah, so we have, our quest has 2 parts, one of which we just finished, which is to dang blasted rock elementals slain. But our goal is to punch Deathwing in the face. So once we take care of all these elementals, and trust me, we decided to go after every single one of these elementals. At some point here, I realized I'm actually running low on life, so I stopped trying to kill every single one of them, and just Decided to push my way through. Punch, punch, punch. Except then I aggroed every single one of them, so you know how that goes. Punch, punch, punch. Yeah, I think this is the point where I realized I need to actually start being a little bit more careful or I'm gonna die, and then I'm gonna have to do it all over again. That would be embarrassing, having to start over from scratch on somebody's story of how they punched Deathwing in the face. Uh-oh, here they come. Punch. Punch. Let's just get this one last guy. Punch. Through the wall, and there's Deathwing. No, we're gonna punch that guy too. Okay, here we go. Punch Deathwing in the face. Psh. Get punched. Some story, huh? Now you know why Deathwing hasn't come back here since.
Watch your back.
Not only was Theldarin's story wrong, it was boring, unimaginative, and slow. I'll tell you how things really happened that day. So let's see how Lucian Tosselwrench did it. First of all, it wasn't sunny out. It was cloudy when Deathwing appeared. Cowardly Dragon must have seen me because he turned away and flew into the clouds. I'll find you in those clouds, you worm, and then I'll throw you to Kalimdor. Luckily, I'd been tinkering with my world shrinking device. Pew! I decided to keep shrinking the world until I could reach the clouds. So we've got to click the world shrinking device. Yep. And we get a little bit bigger. Let's do it again. And we get a little bit bigger. And we do it again. And we're a little bit bigger. One more time, maybe? Oh no, we can reach the clouds now. There we go. Now the world is so small, we can reach the clouds. We have to search 5 clouds. Although apparently I have not yet completed my quest on Grow large enough to reach the clouds. There we go. Once the world was small enough, I started to hunt Deathwings in the clouds. And I search that cloud. How about this cloud? Is he hiding here? Nope. Okay, looks like here's a 5th cloud. I'll bet you he's here. Oh, what's that? I searched every cloud, but I couldn't find Deathwing. Oh, there he is. The sun burned me bad, but I got my hands around his slimy neck. I summoned all my strength, faced west, and threw him to Kalimdor. That was a pretty good story. The end. No moral. Okay, let's see what this guy has to say. Martek the Exiled. These two have no idea how to tell a story. Theldarin's story was too short, and Lucian's tale was a little too tall, if you catch my drift. So neither of the stories had hot babes in them. Sit back, Berndahl, and I'll tell you exactly what happened that day.
May your blades never dull.
The day the Deathwing came, blood rained from the skies. I believe I was showing my motorcycle to some hot babes at the time. After Deathwing appeared, they became quite frightened, and I only had room to take one of them. So you get to choose which of the hot babes you bring with you. So of course, take the orc hot babe. Choose an admirer to save. Obviously I picked the orc. We rode off down the canyon, careful to avoid falling rocks. And we're off, riding our motorcycle through the canyon. And we have one ability, and it's to go faster. And there are many, many, many rocks to avoid, but I think I managed to miss most of them. This is not the best terrain for a motorcycle either. But here we go. When I reached the end of the canyon, I remembered the motorcycle could fly. That would have been more helpful to know earlier. It would have. I flew to the top of the pillar located just to the north of the canyon. To the north. The other way. North. There we go. During the flight, I shared a tender moment with the lovely orc. Yeah, it seems to me that the pillar is actually to the west, not to the north. But here we go. And there he is. Atop the pillar, I saw Deathwing. Time for the ultimate confrontation had arrived. Hey, stop it, Felderin. This is my story. Felderin runs in and punches him. Cut it out, guys. Quit interrupting. There's the gnome in the background. Fine, you don't get to hear about how I beat Deathwing in a knife fight. Your loss. Can't believe those guys would interrupt me like that. My story was going so well, too. Anyhow, thanks for sticking around so long. It's nice to have someone new to tell tall tales with. I'm sure Lucian and Felderin feel the same way. Do you have any you'd like to share with us? Unfortunately, all my tales are true. And I didn't punch Deathwing in the face, so I can't talk about that. But it's nice to know what actually happened to Deathwing here, I guess. Anyway, so now we are back off to mining, getting interrupted, as always. And Felderin, by the way, said, let's see, what is he saying? Sorry about the interruption, Martak, you gotta admit though, I made your story 50 times better. Next drink's on me. So yeah, we're heading west. I was trying to get to Burning Steps, I think. And there are some ogres here, and at some point around here, I'm not sure exactly when, but I went and saw that cave off to the left and realized that probably didn't go through. So I climbed up here to see if there was a road up high. Found this giant who was he wasn't even elite, so I decided, hey, let's go. We could go and take him out, right? Despite the fact that he's 60 feet tall, we'll take him out. And we beat him pretty easily. At this point, I realized that this would have made a good tall tale to tell about how I soloed a giant that was like 10 times bigger than me. But it was also at this point that I realized I'm pretty sure this actually doesn't go through to it doesn't go through to Burning Steps, so we're going to have to go west to Searing Gorge instead, which is actually more level appropriate for us. So, changed our plans and decided we were going to head off to the Searing Gorge. And the roads here are pretty sketchy. It looked like there might have been some interesting quests here in the Badlands, but we're just too high level for any of them. So, yeah, I figured it was just best to push on and head to the Searing Gorge. Okay, we're gonna mine first, apparently, but yeah, then pushing on to the Searing Gorge. So the Searing Gorge is level 47 to 51, and it feels like we just hit 48, but we're actually already halfway to 49. But this gets us closer. This gets us to more level appropriate content. So I'm gonna take a quick peek here into Searing Gorge, take a look at what's in store for us. And this is where we will start the next episode. So, again, sorry about the audio issues and that this was a strange video. But anyway, Searing Gorge next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.